Hello and welcome to this very much beginner friendly watercolor painting tutorial. I have been getting requests for this for a long time. Today we'll create a simple landscape featuring two small rural houses, bushes and some soft foliage. Perfect for those just starting their watercolor journey. These are the materials that I am using. Although you see a very big color palette here, just the very basic color palette of 12 colors will also do just fine. Make sure that you have all of this ready before you begin. Begin by drawing reference lines for the horizon slightly below the center of the paper, the way I am doing, and then lightly sketch two small houses slightly off center of your paper. Keep one slightly larger for depth and follow the perspective the way I have done here. Then add a fence and a few bushes and trees around the houses for a balanced composition. Now that we are done with the line work, let us begin painting. Start by wetting the sky area with a brush loaded with water and then introduce a light wash of blue into the damp surface for the sky. Use a wet on wet technique for soft blending and add a tinge of purple in between for interest. You will get to learn more advanced techniques in my video on watercolor techniques. The link to it is given in the description. You are most welcome to watch it later if you like. Now while the sky area is still wet, let us paint in some background trees in purple and blue. It's a good practice to work from background to foreground while painting in watercolors. And so now let's work on the background tree. Let's use lemon yellow, sap green and a bit of Prussian blue for this, and we will be painting this using a variegated wash. Now let's paint the background and the pathway in the center by using a little bit of sap green, a little bit of Naples yellow, a little bit of raw sienna. Now let's paint the front bushes, and we'll be using mainly lemon yellow and sap green for the initial wash, mainly lemon yellow, so that later on we can paint around the leaves that are shown in a negative painting style by adding some darker values to bring them out. You will see later how this comes out. Now for the houses, I am applying a plain wash of raw sienna initially, and later I'll be painting the roof and the shading of the houses over this wash. Now for the middle bushes too, I am applying just a wash of lemon yellow initially, and I'll be doing the shading of these bushes later on. For the fence, I am applying a layer of raw sienna. Now this was the initial layer. All the details we will now be painting in subsequent layers one by one. We'll now paint the roofs of the houses by using orange, vermilion hue and a little bit of Indian red. We will now add some darker values for the undersides of the roofs and also some shadows for the roofs as per the light direction. Here I am considering the light direction coming from the left hand side, and as you know, all the right hand sides of each of the elements will have darker values, and the left sides of each of the elements which are facing the light source will have lighter values. Let's now paint the right sides of the houses which are against the light direction. Let's paint them in darker values. This will give a three-dimensional look to the houses. The windows can be painted in raw sienna too, and so also the fences. Now since the surface has become dry, I am re-wetting some of the areas of the bushes, and I'll be applying various shades of green to bring out the shading of the bushes. Since I want a smoother finish, I am wetting the surface first and then reapplying the colors, and the shades of green will be in the order of darkness as per the light direction. The lighter tones will be facing the light and darker shades will be against the light. Notice here I am using the negative painting technique where I am painting around the leaves that we had shown in the initial drawing by applying darker tones around those leaves and leaving those leaves light. We'll continue with the same technique for all the bushes. One thing you have to remember is that watercolors always turn light when they dry, and so you will have to keep refining the elements with darker values as per the right direction until you get the desired result. And so continue refining all the elements in these subsequent layers as per the light direction. Add finer details to add interest to the painting by using some darker values again. Refine the elements more and more in order to bring out the depth more and more. For the detailing of the pathway, I am using the dry brush technique in order to bring out the rough texture of the pathway. Add some detailings for the roof in order to bring out some more interest. Since the background trees that we had painted earlier have almost merged into the sky, I am reworking on them a little bit. And so in this manner we will continue refining some of the elements until we get the desired result. As we are now coming to the close, let's add some branches to the trees and bushes. And lastly, time to add some finishing touches. And there you have it, a simple watercolor landscape with rustic houses and foliage. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more beginner-friendly art tutorials. Leave your valuable comments and share the video with your friends too. Happy painting! Also, don't forget to enjoy other videos on this channel too. You just might get to learn a few more things too, or simply enjoy watching them. I'll see you in the next video.